Good morning and welcome back to the Decameron Project. I'm Carmen-maria Mandley of Tennessee Shakespeare Company. The date, April 17th, 2020. Today's theme is truth. We have a lot of wonderful people to celebrate today. On this day in history, Thornton Wilder, American playwright and novelist, was born in 1897. Benjamin Franklin, American inventor and founding father and writer, died on this day in 1790. In 1397, Chaucer's Canterbury Tales were read for the first time in the court of Richard II. Colombian Nobel Prize-winning writer Gabriel García Márquez died on this day in 2014, and the Mexican poet, dramatist, scholar, and nun Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz passed away on this day in 1695. I'm just going to read you a little bit of Gabriel García Márquez's Love in the Time of Cholera. To him she seemed so beautiful, so seductive, so different from ordinary people that he could not understand why no one was as disturbed as he by the clicking of her heels on the paving stones. Why no one else's heart was wild with the breeze stirred by the sighs in her veils. Why everyone did not go mad with the movements of her braid, the flight of her hands, the gold of her laughter. He had not missed a single one of her gestures, not one of the indications of her character, but he did not dare approach her for fear of destroying the spell. Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz was also very, very vivid in her imagery. She was ahead of her time, some say, one of the first feminists, people say. As a nun, she was afforded an apartment which allowed her to create a huge library, one of the biggest at that point in time, and invite scholars into her apartment and have long talks. She was a prolific poet and a playwright, and this is one of her poems. At this almost limitless elevation, jubilant but perplexed yet full of pride, and astonished although proud, the sovereign queen of this sublunary world let the probing gaze by lenses unencumbered of her beautiful intellectual eyes, unperturbed by distance or worry, lest some opaque obstacle by intervening hide objects from her view, range unrestricted all over creation. Thank you, Sor Juana. And then we have Chaucer in the Canterbury Tales. This is from one of my favorite, The Squire's Tale. And in it we meet Princess Canacee, who's been given a magic ring by a knight that allows her to speak freely with birds. It's kind of magic. And in this particular passage, Canacee has discovered a falcon in a tree, weeping and wailing and covered in blood and weary. And finally this falcon falls out of the tree, and Canacee puts it in her lap and asks her the reason why she's so worn, why she's so unhappy, why she's beaten herself this way. And the female falcon begins to tell a story about a male falcon in her life who left her. Thus men say, as I guess, men love and naturally newfangledness, as do these birds that men in cages feed. For though you night and day take of them heed, and fairly strew their cages soft as silk, and give them sugar, honey, bread, and milk, yet on the instant when the door is up, they will with their feet spurn their feeding cup, and to the wood will fly, and worms will eat. So are they all newfangled of their meat, and love all novelties of their own kind, nor nobleness of blood may ever bind. So fared this tarslet, oh, alas the day, though he was gently born, and fresh, and gay, and handsome, well-mannered, aye, and free. He saw a kite fly, and it proved a she. And suddenly he loved this she-kite so, that all his love for me did quickly go. That passage reminds me a lot of one of Emilia's speeches in Othello. but I do think it is their husbands' faults if wives do fall. Say that they slack their duties and pour our treasures into foreign laps, or else break out in peevish jealousies, throwing restraint upon us. Or say they strike us, or scant our former having in despite. Why, we have galls, and though we have some grace, yet have we some revenge. Let husbands know their wives have sense like them. They see and smell and have their palates both for sweet and sour as husbands have. What is it they do when they change us for others? Is it sport? I think it is. And doth affection breed it? I think it doth. Is frailty that thus errs? It is so too. And have not we affections, desires for sport and frailty as men have? Then let them use us well, else let them know the ills we do, their ills instruct us so. And just one wee little bit of wisdom from Benjamin Franklin, from Poor Richard's Almanac. You may delay, but time will not. Don't delay. Pick up the phone. Call someone you love. Take care. We love you. And goodbye for now.